Hey guys, this is Lala Legacy, and welcome back to another episode of Little Busters. So, let's jump right back in. Then came lunch break. I made sure no one was around before engaging the target in conversation. There were three perpetrators. I decided to talk to one of them alone. Suginami Mutsumi. My only reason for that was simple and pathetic. She seemed like the most docile one in the group. She didn't really stand out in the class, and if I were to describe her, I'd say she didn't have much presence. It was hard to think she was capable of such shenanigans. I was waiting in the classroom, eating my lunch until she was alone. I felt like I was the one doing something bad. She finally stood up and headed to the hallway. I followed after her. Suginami-san. Eh? She replied, looking surprised. I need to talk to you. About what, Naoe-kun? She was acting plainly suspicious. Perhaps she's feeling guilty, thinking that her misdoings haven't yet been revealed. She was undoubtedly one of the perpetrators. Back when KURUGAYA'S did that thing, she was one of those who raised a voice. Riki. Kyosuke came walking down the corridor. She shrunk back when she caught sight of Kyosuke. If you want to talk to me, I'll hear you out after school in the classroom. Bye. Okay. She took off along the corridor. What was that? Did you have some business with her? Well, that was bad timing on your part this time, Kyosuke. I'm sorry for that. She's the perpetrator. What? I wanted to talk it over with her, to ask her why she's harassing KURUGAYA-san. I see. But it's hard to believe she's the perp. It's, as they say, you shouldn't judge people by their looks. True. So, you have to wait until classes are over. Should I come with you? No, that won't do. If I bring everyone with me, we won't be able to have a proper discussion. Will you be okay by yourself? Well, if it's just Suginami-san, I honestly felt quite pathetic. After school, I went to buy some juice while waiting for everyone to leave the classroom. It's about time. I threw away the empty can and returned to the classroom. Now that I think of it, there's a good chance that those two will be together with her. What should I do if that happens? I guess I'd have no choice but to call everyone. I'm just so pathetic, I muttered in self-admonishment. I was back at the classroom. Suginami-san was alone inside. I felt relief. When Suginami-san noticed me entering, she got to her feet. Naoe-san, what did you want to talk about? I think that you should know already. She looked down. Won't you stop already? It's not funny anymore. So, it's about KURUGAYA-san after all. Well, you could say that. I know about the other two. You did it together, right? Yes, I'm sorry. She bowed her head. Hey, what do you expect me to say to that? Actually, if you feel sorry, you shouldn't have done it in the first place. She was still hanging her head with an apologetic expression on her face, and honestly, that is something that I say all the time. Like, if you're really sorry, you wouldn't have fucking done it in the first place. Seeing her like that was just making me more and more irritated. Besides, what has she ever done to you? Was it really necessary to put her through all that? Nothing to do with you. I kept throwing words at her when she muttered quietly. Eh? Naoe-kun, no matter what happens to KURUGAYA-san, it has nothing to do with you. Why do you go to such lengths to stick up for her? Looks like my words didn't get through to her at all. First, you get me involved, and then you tell me it has nothing to do with me, huh? What? Never mind. If you feel sorry, just don't ever do it again. Please wait. What's that about getting you involved? It was then that I realized we'd been talking about different things. Well, didn't you put all that stuff in my locker? This is news to me. Eh? In Naoe-kun's locker? It was getting complicated. It really seemed like she'd heard nothing about it. I'm sorry. Please wait just a bit. She took out her cell phone and started making a call. This was all somehow really anticlimactic. Hold on. I hadn't heard about that. It seemed like they were having an argument. I could only wait for them to finish. I let out a sigh. Where are you now? Huh? Right here? She lifted her head. I turned my head, and there were two girls coming inside the classroom. We're here. What now? This is such a bother. I seriously want to get it over with, quick. They were the remaining two members of the group, Takamiya and Katsuzawa. What's that thing about harassing Naoi-kun? Huh? Harassment? You know something? The hell if I do. Someone's bullying Naoi-kun. My God, how terrible. It was them. There was no doubt about it. Perhaps believing that their antics hadn't come to light yet, they just went on with their unnatural act. Maybe it's Kurugaya'S doing. Oh, I'm sure it's her. You know what she did? She even planted listening devices in our lockers. It's a crime. It's totally a crime. Seriously, what was she thinking? She's so it's settled. It's totally her. Yeah, for sure. Don't give me that crap. Huh? It's you two. I said I don't know anything about it. I heard it from Suginami-san. That you were harassing Kurugaya-san. I know everything. What the hell, Mitsu? Were you doing those kinds of things? I can't understand why Kurugaya would piss you off, but keep us out of this, will you? They were now trying to shift all the blame to Suginami-san. Mutsu may not look it, but she could be so scary. Stay away from us, okay? How can you say that? You're horrible. Wasn't it your idea? I looked at Suginami-san. She was about to break into tears. Perhaps she was also a victim herself. I told you I have no clue. Won't you keep us out of this? Cut the crap already. I have already figured out everything. Huh? Oh yeah, and where's your proof? Why don't you tell the teachers on us? I'm afraid that once we play the we don't know anything card, it'll be over. She was taking an aggressive stance. Then suddenly, the speakers burst to life. Is everybody gone? Can we start? Hey, what number was Kurugaya'S? The second below yours, stupid. Oh, it was that close, huh? Are we really doing it? She puts up with anything, doesn't she? Why don't we just burn her shoes? That'd be awesome. Aren't we going overboard? Done. Is it really okay to write that? Just kidding. That's not enough. You write something too. No, I don't want to. Actually, there's no more room to write. That should do it. If someone did that to me, I'd definitely cry. Well, that should teach her, I guess. She'll come crying to us and apologize for being so haughty. A sickening conversation was broadcast. And that will serve as proof of what you fools did. Is there something you wish to add? I turned to the voice. There she stood, leaning on the door, Kurugaya-san. What this? What this? What language is that? Why don't you speak in one of the 7 languages I do know? If possible in Japanese. That is, if you fools can even speak it. The color drained from the pair's faces as they fell silent. Well, I do understand that only 2 of you were actually committing the crime, while one of you was only present at the scene. But doing nothing to stop them is a crime in itself. Well, it's about time the next part started. Once again, voices were coming from the PA system. Stupid, this way! Are we not going for Kurugaya this time? How many times have I explained already? She's messed up in the head. If she finds out, we'll be in for some trouble. Besides, it doesn't make sense that a robot like her could make a friend. And a guy, no less. But if we do it to Naoe, won't Mutsu be mad? It's okay. He's the weakest of the bunch. If we did it to a girl, they'd make a fuss. Damn, guys' loggers stink so much. Throw that onpon in as well. Isn't that seriously bad? I'll go bring some garbage. Ooh, that's so mean. Not so loud, stupid Zawa. Jeez, don't call me stupid. Isn't it hysterical? Look at that locker. It's nothing but a trash bin now. Yesterday, he was talking with Kurugaya as if nothing happened, but that should clue him in. Is someone here? It's fine. Just act natural. Let's go. That was the end of the broadcast. I present a documentary about a group of mentally ill girls and their hopeless attempts at harassment. It would cause a big scandal if it ended up in the hands of the school board. Why you? She groaned with anguish. I'm sorry, Riki-kun. I couldn't imagine I couldn't imagine they'd come up with something so rubbish, and because of that, I was late to notice. Kurugaya-san closed the door behind her. Well, as you can see, there are 2 instances of crime, and 2 direct perpetrators. One of them, Miss Stupidzawa, is even named. What's more, your ulterior motive is as clear as day. That math teacher whom I dealt with last year, he made you an offer, did he not? He proposed that if you completed this task for him, he would turn a blind eye to your truancy. Small people like that are beyond help. You leave them alone and they trample on your goodwill. And you, Suginami-kun? You were roped in by them. You couldn't stand seeing me and Riki get along. I thought there was a problem with the way that she put it. But don't think you can achieve anything without even trying. If you have time for such cheap trickery, you might as well put some effort into conveying your feelings, and should they not get through, accept your defeat. If you still can't give up, then keep struggling even if the odds are overwhelming. Not everyone can be strong like you. People are all afraid of getting hurt. Not everyone can stay calm no matter what happens to them like you. Is that what someone who's hurt or hurting another should be saying? Stop justifying your actions. Well, that doesn't matter. It's evident that you're a victim yourself. Now, what should I do with you two? She cast a sidelong glance at Takamiya and Katsuzawa, who kept silently staring at one another. It was quite amusing listening to your discourse with the math teacher. For starters, I emailed the full video with that included to him. Oh, that's right. I limited the broadcast to this classroom only, for now. If you want, I could broadcast it to the entire school, and even the people living in the vicinity to hear. Go ahead! Oh. Do that, and you'll be a criminal. Are you talking about the listening device? I'm not so sure you fools are in any position to talk about rights. It was all within the limits of self-defense. You think you can sue a convenience store for being captured on a surveillance camera? Or do you not understand what I'm saying? If you back off now, I'll still let you off. Huh? I can't stand your guts. The very fact of your existence pisses me off. Don't tell me you forgot about what you did last year. When I was asked to join your pack of monkeys. If it weren't for you, things would have worked out so much better last year. What are you talking about? I turned down the offer to join their herd of monkeys, and it hurt her standings as the leader of the pack. Is that what Kengo referred to when he spoke of a similar thing happening last year? I always thought I was full of defects myself, but this is my first time dealing with humans with truly defective personalities. This is exactly what I can't stand about you. Rather than showing any sign of remorse, Takamiya was on the contrary getting mad. Fine, broadcast whatever you want, but if you do, I'll make your friends' lives a living hell. You're all such a merry bunch of friends, eh? You have no idea how many ways there are to ruin that paradise. The concept alone of what she was saying was completely sickening. The difference in our thought process was too great. Oh my god, this bitch reminds me of the bitch next door, which is Seta Kaibo. Holy shit! What a bitch! Am I to take that as a threat? Listen, what I'm saying is that no matter how many times you get us or get back at us, it's no use. We won't stop until you start doing as we tell you. If you get it, then say, please stop it, Takamiya-san. Huh? I can't hear you. You. Eh? Oh, or I will kill you. In that instant, a thunderous roaring sound filled the room. Kurugaya-san kicked the door. And just like that, the door was sent flying into the corridor, splitting in half upon impact as it hit the wall. Shall I repeat that on your faces now? You will not be able to look at your faces in the mirror ever again. She was mad. Kurugaya-san was mad. Takamiya was flapping her mouth like a fish on dry land, trying to get words out. Kurugaya-san slowly walked up to her. Right now, I have no qualms about killing a person. Do you wish for me to kick you so hard that some 2 liters of blood pour out from your mouth and all your organs cease to function? She was always saying these things as a joke, but even though her words weren't directed at me now, I felt a chill go down my spine. Eek! I don't expect to hear words of apology from you, but if that taught you fear, don't ever get involved with me again, you worthless piece of scum. She roared out. The 2 worthless pieces of scum fled running out of the classroom. Well, I wonder if my acting was a bit too intense. She immediately returned to her usual demeanor. Well, it's just as I said earlier, Suginami-san, or Suginami-kun. Eh? But I can sympathize with you. I'll pretend that you haven't done anything. I hope you won't get involved anymore either. I'm sorry. Yeah, it's okay. Suginami-san bowed her head and left the classroom. Now then, Riki-kun. Yeah? With the unbelievable event that had just unfolded before my eyes, my mind was in turmoil. I'm sorry. You had a rough time because of my personal problems. But why didn't you talk to me about it? If you did, I'd have nipped this in the bud right away. Yeah, you're right. Looks like it was too much for me to handle. But I was afraid. Afraid that you'd take it the wrong way and it'd be hard for you to stay on the team. But seems like I didn't have to worry about that either. I finally realized this once I said it myself. It really was too much for me. At my words, a gentle smile rose on Kurugaya-san's face. Oh, I see. Uh-huh. Maybe I'm capable of human emotions after all. Just now, weren't you really mad? Wouldn't you say that's an emotion? Yeah, I couldn't stand watching them mess around anymore. I like the fact that I'm part of the Little Busters now. I will not forgive anyone violating this utopia of mine. And then she paused as though coming to realize something. I see, so I can be mad too. I must say, I really don't ever wish to see another fit of anger like that. So, what should we do with this? She walked to the door she had smashed earlier. It was split in half, and there were pieces of glass scattered around. This is... I shuddered. A kick like that could have easily killed a person. I really shouldn't have let my anger get the best of me. This happened because I wasn't thinking of the consequences. She contemplated for a while. Oh, right. Why don't you call young man Masato? Come on, dash for it. I have no idea what you're planning. I'm telling you to go fetch Inohara Masato, and no using your cell phone. Okay, I get it. One likes well-behaved kids. I didn't have an inkling what she was up to. But that is all the time that I have for this episode, guys. So if you liked it, please give it a big thumbs up down below. And if you haven't already, subscribe. And don't mind the noise in the background. I love you guys so much, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.